This is One Fat Boy, and here are my NBA game predictions for April 9th. Tonight there's 4 games. I will be going over the spreads and over-unders for each of them. For the Pelicans at the Grizzlies, I'll be going with the Pelicans plus 5.5. Overall, this game isn't one that I'd bet on, but if I had to choose a spread, I'd lean towards Pelicans plus 5.5 just because they have to keep themselves sharp for playoffs as they have to play in the play-ins. And if they're going to make the playoffs, they have to win 2 games. So they just want to keep themselves sharp. I think that's the most important thing. Like, they have to take each game seriously. So that's why. And then the Grizzlies are kind of locked in their playoff position. They've lost their last 2. And they've just kind of been struggling. So that's why I lean towards the Pelicans staying within 5.5. We lean towards an under 232 as the Pelicans defense is pretty good. And then Memphis has also just not been scoring as much. So I'd just lean towards an under in that sense, as Grizzlies missing their main scorer, Pelicans is playing better defense. Should go under 232. For the Pacers at the Sixers, be going with the Sixers minus 14.5. Indiana has been struggling a lot. They've lost their last 8. The Sixers have Joel Embiid and can control both ends of the floor. Expect the game to go through him. So I'd lean towards Philadelphia minus 14.5 in that sense, just because they have the better talent. Then under 234, as Sixers defense should be decent, and then they play a slower pace of basketball, which leads to lower point totals, so under 234. For Golden State at the Spurs, with the Spurs plus 6.5. Spurs have been playing very well as of late, and if they're in the underdog, always bet them to stay within that amount. And the Warriors, they kind of been iffy the past few weeks without Curry, so playing against a team that's kind of hitting their stride right now, I think that's not what the Warriors need. So that's why I lean towards San Antonio staying within 6.5. We'll be going over 223.5 as the Spurs win. It's a high-scoring game. Warriors have also been giving up a lot more points, but also been scoring more too. And then Spurs games are always high-scoring, so over 223.5. For the Kings at the Clippers, we'll be going with the Kings plus 11.5. So I expect the Clippers to win this, but I think the Kings are going to sneak in one more win in the end of the year. So this is kind of a bold prediction, but the Clippers, I don't see them blowing out the Kings, as the Clippers are more of a second half type of team. While the Kings, if they get hot, if you keep them close, I think they'll keep it relatively close. They'll just fall apart in the fourth quarter. So that's why I lean towards Sacramento plus 11.5. Be going over 225.5, as if the Kings are going to keep it close, that means they're going to have to score a lot. They're not winning on the back of their defense, they're winning on the back of their offense. And the Clippers, they can score on the Kings. Kings defense is not going to slow down the Clippers offense, so over 225.5. Thank you for watching. As always, bet responsibly, enjoy watching the games, and good luck on your bets. And once again, thank you for watching.